Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're discussing the reveal of the PlayStation VR 2, which in itself isn't much new information, but it has sparked some heated community debates. We'll discuss everything from the overall design, the community's divide over tethered VR, the possibility of hybrid games, and finally, my personal speculation on how much impact the PlayStation VR 2 will have on the VR industry. There are, of course, timestamps and links in the description, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Kiwi Design, one of my favorite sites for VR accessories. They just released some brand new Quest 2 hand straps that'll give you that Valve Index feel and allow you to completely let go of the controllers. They also have plenty of other accessories like controller weights for those of you who work out in VR, cable management systems, and my favorite accessory, their super durable and extra comfy Quest 2 Elite strap. There are links down in the description, and don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support this channel. Okay, so just like how many relationships begin, let's start things off superficially and check out the curves on this new headset. Joking aside, the headset looks like we expected. Previously, people have made a big deal, why hasn't Sony shown off this headset yet? Well, here it is, guys. Now, rather than the design itself, I'm a lot more curious as to why they picked now to show it off, but we'll get back to that topic later. And no, the white design isn't trying to copy the Quest 2, it just blends perfectly with the PlayStation 5. Now for me, like I said, this is all superficial. People have spent 10 minutes dissecting these few images. We can clearly see the cameras for inside-out tracking, they're in a similar position to the Quest 2, which is completely expected, and we've already seen the controllers. People made a big deal about the rocker knob up top. Does it really matter if it controls the haptics, IPD, or even the volume? No. And it has a halo strap like the original PlayStation VR, which some people love, but personally it's not my favorite. Now obviously you can tell I have a very nonchalant attitude towards this reveal, mainly because there's nothing really new here, and a lot of people are just fueling the hype train right now, which I personally can't stand, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited for this headset, and I do have some constructive items to contribute. Now we're gonna head into Speculation Nation for some of these topics, but if they end up being right, this headset will be a huge deal. So let's just gradually ramp things up throughout this video, starting with confirmed items that are already exciting and moving into how the headset could be an absolute game changer. Spec-wise, we have no new information here, and I've gone through those stats so many times on this channel. Yes, it's not the highest spec headset we've ever seen, but to some degree, the numbers don't matter at all. Near 4K resolution, HDR, yada yada. What truly matters is how good your VR experience will be. Well, in that regard, trust me, the PlayStation VR 2 will definitely be able to deliver. It's also giving us head and trigger haptics that we have never experienced in VR before, plus eye tracking for increased performance and additional modes of interaction. And it will also most likely be one of the lightest headsets you have ever worn. So for anyone who's saying this headset is going to suck, they're completely full of it, and they're usually making that statement because of the elephant in the room, the cable. Yes, this is a tethered headset, which has many questers ready to drop the mic and claim victory, but while the cable is a limitation, it also comes with some major benefits. Obviously, with no internal compute unit, the headset will be much lighter, you won't need to be concerned about your battery life, and it's connected to a system with significantly more power than the Quest 2, and it's still stronger than the average gaming PC. Now, I'm excited to see what Sony does with all that power. After 6 years of playing VR games and roughly 200 titles in my game library, 4 of my top 10 games are on the original PlayStation VR, and that's a headset and system with specs way below average. While Facebook might be buying up game studios, they're also spending a lot of time and money on the metaverse. Sony, on the other hand, is just focused on delivering kick-ass games. Now, this right here is a major topic. When the Quest 2 launched, it already had a long list of original Quest 1 games, which were mostly ported PCVR titles. It didn't need its own special lineup of games, and in fact, only one game that was featured on the box for the Quest 2 was actually available at launch, and that's Beat Saber, which originally released back in 2018. Sony, on the other hand, will need to come out swinging. So what titles should we expect? Now, the only thing that has been officially confirmed directly from Sony is Horizon Call of the Mountain, which is a title set in the Horizon Zero Dawn universe, but many other developers have chimed in saying they are developing for the PlayStation VR 2. Now, while most of these aren't exclusives, it is a good start for the PlayStation VR 2. This includes Runner, Lo-Fi, Samurai Slaughterhouse, Pavlov, Elysia, and Epic Games officially offered to make a launch title for the PlayStation VR 2, which I really hope means we're getting Robo Recall 2. Now the rumor mill is also adding to this list with Half-Life Alyx, Farpoint 2, Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 8, and complete backwards compatibility for all older PlayStation VR titles. I would also expect to see follow-ups to other successful games like Iron Man, Astrobot, Blood and Truth, Crack, Firewall Zero, but obviously this is all studio dependent. Now we also need to discuss the rumor of hybrid titles, but I'm going to bring that up later in my killer feature section. For now though, let's just discuss the timing of this reveal, which honestly has me confused. Sony recently had a State of Play, that's their game showcase they have multiple times per year, so the next one most likely won't be until May, and the PlayStation 5 still remains notoriously hard to get your hands on. So why now? A few weeks back, the official PlayStation VR website went up, and now we got reveal images. Will this snowball into bigger and bigger updates, or are they just getting busy work out of the way? Honestly, I wish I had more information here, but I do want to speculate on a few other topics. First is the price of the PlayStation VR 2, which will most likely be sold at or near cost, so figure something around $300. The original PlayStation VR was $400, but so was the original Quest. As direct competitors, it's possible they'll just follow suit with one another. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see the PlayStation 5 remain in short supply for most of the year, and the first main restocks come in the form of PlayStation 5 PSVR 2 bundles. What better way to sell the product than to not give the consumer a choice? But the last thing Sony needs is another scalping scandal. So when the PlayStation 5 comes back in stock, it's really going to come back in stock. Sure, it might first come in the form of bundles, but right now I'm pretty sure they're really gearing up for the next holiday season. Now there are plenty of Sony fanboys out there, and VR is growing in popularity, but what's going to get people to choose a PlayStation VR 2 over the Quest 2? Well, this is where I'll speculate on some potential killer features. The first one I mentioned earlier, and that's hybrid games. Now, there's a rumor that Sony is encouraging developers to include VR modes in their flat-screen games. But this could be taken a step further, and Sony could implement something similar to Vorpex right into the PlayStation VR 5. This could mean that any game could technically be playable from a VR perspective, but would still require the use of a DualSense controller and be lacking many VR features. Having the option to see any of your favorite titles from a VR perspective would definitely be a game changer. Now, the likelihood on this one is pretty low, but what I'm doing right here is taking the current rumors and pushing them one step further. Now, the second game changer could be a Valve-Sony team-up. Nothing too official here, just enough to benefit both PC and PlayStation VR gamers. We've seen plenty of PlayStation exclusives make their way onto Steam recently, and it's rumored that Half-Life Alyx is coming to the PlayStation VR 2. This right here is enough to revitalize PCVR gaming, and that team up can even go a step further, making the PlayStation VR 2 an officially compatible Steam VR headset. Now, there was unofficial software that worked for the original PlayStation VR, but due to the outside-in tracking and the odd controllers, overall compatibility was low. While the PlayStation VR 2 includes inside-out tracking and has much more standardized controllers, so this is not outside the realm of possibility. And just to further encourage you guys, a wireless PlayStation VR 2 is not fully off the table. Months ago, Sony did make a statement that it is possible and they could adapt wireless technology for the headset, but then again, so did Valve about 3 years ago. But more encouraging is the reminder that PlayStation VR was originally the king of VR. It took a very long time for the Quest and Quest 2 to catch up, and I still can't get over how impressive some of the PlayStation VR games are on such limited hardware. So can the corded PlayStation VR 2 compete? Absolutely, and I have truly high expectations. Okay, everybody, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I'll see you guys on next time.